Day 6, 2016 Twin Cities Film Fest coverage continues here on our officially sponsored Twin Cities Film Fest red carpet. And it is evening. We are wrapping up the night with a crusher, Imperfect Sky. And I am lucky enough to be joined by a very important actor in the film with a very, very intense supporting role. He also happens to be a friend of mine. I'm your host tonight, Doug Sidney. Paul Cram, Minnesota actor Paul Cram, a part of this project. And you sat down with Bill Cooper, our managing director, and had a great conversation with him as part of our filmmaker series that's available online on our YouTube channel. And you talked about the film itself, which is about brotherism and addiction. Yes. A super intense film.
Yes.
So I want to talk about you and your work in that film tonight.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
You have, I know a lot of your work, you have once again sunk yourself into a very intense, very dramatic role, which you are such an accomplished character actor. Tell us about working in this film as Russ.
Working as Russ. Gosh, what to tell you? It is a very intense scene. Most of the like stuff that I talked with Graham. I wish Graham was here, actually. By the way, hey Graham. Most of the stuff that we talked about was a lot of how heroin kind of interacts with the nervous system, and a lot of the people that my character Russ interacts with are addicts. And maybe Russ is a little bit, but definitely not to the extent that the characters surrounding the film are.
Yep.
Like Blake
Right.
Scott Lewis plays Sky.
Okay, so you're so modest, you keep directing all of your attention onto the other supporting actors that you worked with. I want to talk about your work in it because you have the ability to sink yourself into roles that are such a departure from the person that you are, who I happen to know. Talk to us about doing that ability.
That ability, this maybe is terrible, but I didn't find playing Russ all that challenging. Just from the fact I don't know. There's something about Russ that when I was first reading the script and got it, I was looking through and talking to Graham. There's an ease with Russ that I found, probably because I feel for Russ a lot. As Russ, it's just like Russ is looking for what I'm looking for, which I think we're all looking for, which is love and acceptance. Yeah. And once I kind of was keeping that in mind, like everything that I was doing, I was like, this isn't, I don't know, it didn't seem super challenging to me. Hopefully, I don't know, hopefully that comes across.
No, I'm sure it does. And that was a thread for you. That search for love, which is such a great foundation to build a character around. Now, you not only took on this dramatic role, but you were involved in very intense scenes like you mentioned, and also you were working alongside an actor who took on the role in a very methodic way.
Yes, he did.
What was that like for you?
It was so helpful, to be working with someone that, the things that Blake was doing were extremely intense, extremely method acting. He was wearing the costumes and the clothes in his daily life and doing all that kind of stuff. So whenever I would see him offset, I was like, oh, you're still in your clothes. That's cool. That's different. So it was helpful for me as an actor just because it felt like I was interacting with the character all the time.
Talk to us about your experience to be able to bring this film back, showing here tonight as part of the Twin Cities Film Fest. I think you've had other work here.
I have, yeah. I'm super excited that it's playing here tonight. It's kind of a double whammy for me because I have not actually seen the film on the big screen. I have seen the film, but not like in that large. Yep. I'm a little nervous because there's some nudity that I actually do in the film, and I'm like, oh great, this is going to be really big butt.
Yep. Okay.
But also with that, I'm excited because the film itself is coming out on demand November 1st. So it's really cool that it's here before all that happens and everything. Everybody's going to have a chance to see it.
And it's enjoyed a really successful festival run as well. It's also played
like in Sydney, Vienna, Dublin. It was very well received.
Yep. And you mentioned working with Graham on the film. Had you worked with him previously?
No, first time working with Graham.
Okay. And he's a Los Angeles based?
He is based out in Los Angeles. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to gloat for a minute because I'm going to look at you as an audience, and I'm going to tell you right now that when you go and see this film, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. This sweet, humble, jovial guy, an amazing actor. The work that he transforms himself into taking on in Imperfect Sky, you're going to be blown away. The entire film is fantastic. It's Day 6 programming. I'm one of your hosts, Doug Sidney, with Paul Cram for Imperfect Sky. We'll see you again.